Growing up in the shadow of a powerful leader, it presents a really unique dilemma. Are you destined to follow in their footsteps, or are you actually free to forge your own path? It's a question of duty versus destiny, and today we're going to look at how it's playing out for one of Africa's most prominent first families.
Think about it. We see it all the time, right? The children of presidents and prime ministers, a lot of them end up in politics, almost like it's this unwritten rule. But what happens when they defy that expectation? What happens when they choose a completely different path? Well, that's exactly the question at the heart of our story today.
So let's get specific. Our focus is on the family of Rwandan President Paul Kagame. He and the First Lady, Jeannette Kagame, they have 4 children, 3 sons and 1 daughter. And believe me, the very different paths they've chosen and the public's reaction to it all really reveals the intense pressures and principles at play within a first family.
Let's start with the sons, because their story presents this classic fork in the road. It really challenges what a lot of people might have expected from the kids of a national leader who comes from a military background. Now, President Kagame himself, he wished for his sons to become soldiers. And given his own history, that was a pretty natural expectation, right? The idea that his sons would follow him into the armed forces, it just seemed like a logical continuation of a legacy. But reality is rarely that simple, is it? This right here perfectly illustrates the split. On one side, you have his 2 younger sons, Ian and Brian, who declared, "We want to join the army." But then you've got his eldest son, Ivan, who had a completely different vision. His goal was, well, pretty blunt. I want to make money. And Ian and Brian, they are absolutely following through on that ambition. Ian already serves as a captain in the really highly respected unit that protects senior government officials. And his brother Brian, who just recently graduated from the prestigious Sandhurst Military Academy in the UK, is all set to officially join the Rwandan Armed Forces in October 2025. So yeah, they're definitely fulfilling that traditional expectation. So you gotta wonder, how did the president react to his eldest choosing business over the barracks? Well, in his own words, he was entirely supportive. When Ivan explored the military path and decided, this isn't for me, his father's response was simple. Do what you want. The story goes that Ivan told his father he wanted to go into business to provide for the family, to free everyone else up to pursue other things. Now, here's an interesting detail. Even for the 2 sons who did want a military career, the president had his own specific advice. He initially told them they should earn a master's degree before enlisting, which really highlights how much he values higher education, even alongside military service. But Ian and Brian pushed back. They made their case, arguing that military service is its own form of education and that they wanted to get their career started right away. And here's the crucial point. The president listened. He respected their agency and allowed them to join, which really proves that their choices were truly their own. Okay, so if the son's choices raised a few eyebrows, the public speculation around his only daughter, Ange, well, that created a whole new level of intrigue about the country's future. So with the sons' paths seemingly set, 2 in the military, 1 in business, all that public and social media attention turned squarely to Ange Kagame. And then this huge rumor starts to circulate online. The idea that President Kagame was grooming his daughter to succeed him, preparing her to become the next leader of Rwanda. I mean, it's the classic narrative of a political dynasty in the making. President Kagame addressed this rumor head-on, and in very personal terms. He didn't just deny it, he challenged the whole premise by using his own life as an example. He asked, "Who prepared me? I was not prepared by my father." He's making it crystal clear that his own rise to power wasn't some matter of family inheritance. So when you put all these stories together, his son's different career choices and his firm denial of the rumors about his daughter, a really clear philosophy on family, choice, and leadership starts to emerge. All right, let's break down the core ideas he's laid out. First, he believes that every Rwandan child, and that includes his, has the right to choose their own path. Second, that his children are not some special class. They're Rwandans, just like everyone else. Third, and this is a big one, he is explicitly not shaping his children for leadership. And finally, he says that politics has to follow its own natural process, meaning a future president cannot be handpicked by him. This single quote really captures the essence of his public position. The message is pretty clear. There is no dynasty in the making, no special treatment or predetermined roles. It's simply a family that is part of the nation, and their lives should reflect that. And all of this brings us right back to our central question. In the intense glare of the public spotlight, where speculation and expectation run wild, who really gets to define the destiny of a president's children? Is it the parent, the public, or the children themselves? It's a tough one, with no easy answer.